Hey everybody, it's Bus with Battles with Bus number 673. Today, doing battle with Vanessa. And so, I'm ready. Hope you are too. I'll push the button. Let's get ourselves a fun little run here today. Awesome stuff. Sure to incoming. Awesome stuff. There you go. you gotta fill the silence with something, and income is what we're doing. And so let's see how things kick off here. Medium silver tier items. I don't really like. I'm quite a big fan this patch of just picking up a bunch of bronze stuff and then paying B1, B2 to upgrade it. And so it doesn't feel like you're getting a huge win picking up these silver tier items. And the three bronze tier skills, though, something I'm definitely happy to do. There's a lot of randomness tied into these early game skills, and you're really looking, at least in this patch, for things like right-handed, left-handed, and strength. And spiking those here early is pretty good. Just, if you accidentally pick up Immolating Spark, it doesn't do a ton. There's not a ton of late game builds that are really interested in having those burn type abilities, and so picking up both the right-handed and the strength off of that start, excellent stuff. Very happy to see that. And so with this, we can't get the experience point off the furry monster. We don't have any items yet, so we'll just take the random item and see what we get. And LOL, this is how the pros do it, huh? You just kick things off with the double weapon skill start, and then immediately get a free double barrel. I love it. Let's see if we can't keep the high roll train going. We'll fight the little insect thing. Try and pick up a Langzang. See if we can't get ourselves off to a righteously strong start. We do it. Just the crit token. Womp womp. And so, how do we want to push forward? The non-weapon item on the right, I'm not as excited about. The problem that we're going to run into here in the early days is while this double barrel is quite good, it's going to shoot for 110 and then 110. That's 220. You can see we currently have 250 health, and so it's not enough to kill off an opponent, and we don't have the sustain to really make it work. And so I would prefer to get something that can kind of complement that early. And the thing to complement it early typically isn't ammo items, but we could run in here and spike like a grenade. Grenade and double barrel should be enough to fight through pretty much everybody on the first day. And so maybe I don't quite hate it as much. The only thing is we only have 7 gold at this point. So it's a little frightening in that sense, but picking up grenade, picking up pop snappers while we have that immolating spark. I could also pick up the cannon. Should be reasonable early. Put the crit bonus onto the double barrel, and shit, yeah, off to the races. Let's get out here and do these big damages. And so, out of money at this point, we can go to the strange mushroom. I'm happy enough to pick up the. I was going to say, I thought this was the regen round. I guess it's the gold round. That's fine. The other choice was just 3 gold, so we at least win with our 4 gold compared to 3. And now let's get these high tier items in here. Up against another Vanessa, we should be pretty strong. If she's going to have the same amount of hit points as us, she needs to be doing something very similar to what we're doing to get out of this round, and she's just going to be way too slow. All right. Got the big crit on the grenade. Feels good. Did the opponent even get to use an item? There needs to be a name for this. They need to give you like some kind of special victory whenever you kill an opponent before they get any item activations, right? 0, 0, and 0. I forget who postulated it back in the space of Magic, but if you're doing something degenerate in a game of Magic to where your opponent has no cards in board and no cards in hand, they shouldn't be allowed to talk while you're allowed to just talk savage trash to them. Like that's the kind of thing this should really amount to, right? Our opponent did literally nothing in this battle, and I think we deserve special accolades for making that happen. And so get on it, Raynad. You're getting the good beta advice and updates here. But let's see what we can do with this set. The small weapon is fine. We're kind of light on money to go to the ammo store, and there's not a ton of stuff we really want at the ammo store anyways. Having Bolus turn up is quite nice. Very powerful ammo item, especially now that we could just put in the bolas and the cannon and still get that bonus off of the immolating spark. It's all around super strong start here. This is pretty awesome. But coming out of this stuff, I'm fine with Arms Dealer. As you may have found this patch, there's a lot of very aggressive Vanessas running around. You see a lot of complaints about Vanessa this patch on Reddit, where people just say that aggro Vanessa is too strong. These are the same people that play Magic, don't put removal spells in their deck, and then complain about how good creatures are. Right there's a lot of angles this patch to actually combat aggro Vanessa like we're putting together here. You just have to put a little work into it, and some of that work we can put into it here is picking up something like Arms Dealer, to where, if we just get 300, 400 more health, we can survive when the opponent tries to aggro us down. And so I'm very happy with it. I'm going to be kind of pushing away from the burn stuff, so something like Fiery isn't super relevant for this round. We'll just pick up the Arms Dealer, get some of that incidental health throughout the course of the game. So that looks good. Now with this, I'm fine to go to Nautica. You can pick up Crow's Nest out of the Nautica items. The downside to this is we can't afford to roll, right? She's going to cost 4 gold to roll. Picking up Crow's Nest would then cost like 6 in the best case effort. It's just, I don't like going to these shops when you can't roll. Let's just hit up the Lost Crate and take the skill. Maybe we'll hit, maybe we won't. Upgrade to right-handed, not that bad. All right, then within this set, there's a couple of options with these. I guess all of these could be relevant targets, with the Giant Mosquito giving you the option for the rush ability, the Boreer having some small item synergies, and then the Rogue Scrapper giving us that extra experience point, the extra gold. I'm just going to come out and battle with the Rogue Scrapper. I really like the Rust ability. If it pops up, slow an item for 3 seconds at the start of battle. Ideally, something like Junkyard Club might turn up, give us that give us that extra damage boost on board. But at the end of the day, I think the experience points are quite important here. Kind of like we were mentioning with the previous set and picking up the Arms Dealer. You run into the same kind of deal as to where, the next level up, we're going to pick up 100 health. The more levels we can get, the more that health buffer does to protect us against opposing aggro Vanessas. So here, we got B1, B2. We're certainly going to take it. It's not perfect timing. I kind of wish we could have, stacked up more of a bag before we did it. But I guess you can't really complain about this, right? We've got a pretty high-powered bronze board, and then we just get to upgrade literally everything. Can't complain about that too much. So now with this set, not interested in the furry monster if we can't take the experience points, so we'll just take the small tool. Grappling hook turns up. Probably won't be using that anytime soon. And now we're up against a Vanessa. And so yeah, I think we'll keep things as is. The cannon and stuff strikes me as better than the pop snappers. If we're getting into just some kind of aggro race here early, we should be good. And then I think if they're on aquatic or something, we should just kill them before they even hit us. She does have that level up. It says she was on level 4. She's actually on level 3. I was curious to how that was going to play itself out. The level display is kind of fucked in this stage of the game, and so it's tough to tell what you're running into. I didn't realize she was going to be that higher level than us. Still strong enough to get the takedown, though. So what do we got this? We found the weapon one. This is pretty much the only thing that will take over the loot items. Getting 10 gold here is pretty good. It's been a nice little high roll this run, We deserve it. Okay, continuing on, we got the Mountain Pass. Take this pretty much every single time. I haven't decided with the Mountain Pass early. I wish there was a way to know what the chances were of you hitting the item, right? It feels like on day 2 you hit item a whole lot. I feel like on day 2 I just come in and guide the convoy quite a bit, but it's such a win if you hit the monster in here and you get those 2 experience points instead of 1. And so we'll risk it. Eccentric Aetheryte coming up to potentially give us 3. I appreciate those things that you do for us. Let's see what we can't get that quick takedown in here. I appreciate it, friend. Give us that rigged. Rigged is so good. Should be a pretty easy round, though. We're definitely strong enough to get the takedown here.
Knew that would happen. Didn't care. Woo!
Got him. Oh, and we got rigged. I gotta pause the recording here and just go buy some lottery tickets. So BRB, we're high rolling pretty hard today. Let's go hit the Powerball, see what we can do. As usual, when we do hit, you viewers get $0, and so keep it out there for everyone to know. Bust is very generous, delivering $0 to the viewers. Legally binding $0 coming through. But reasonable skills here. Picking up strength is fine. I don't typically stay like super hard with like the full ammo width build here. Like I typically find myself switching to Crow's Nest later on in the game, but I don't think this is really worth like rolling here, right? So we can take strength. It does give us a little bit of incentive to continue to go for width-based builds as opposed to a single item Crow's Nest build. And so if we do go for width, you kind of want to keep in mind things like you might have to play Cannonball, might have to play Ammo Flask, might have to play Figurehead to give the bonus attack to all of your weapons. You probably would prefer to use Vanessa's Amulet as opposed to a Crow's Nest to pick up crit on board. It's going to look slightly different if that's the way we go, but I still just keep in the back of my head we'll probably just fall back to a Crow's Nest build. And you can still Crow's Nest with ammo items, right? You can still have pretty powerful weapons on board and get that big crit bonus from the Crow's Nest. But here, I'm going to continue with the eccentric etherite. Keep trying to jump up with those experience points. Just I don't feel like we're super close to that path of wanting to go for fiery cutlasses. I guess I could see an argument for it since the cutlass is so good and we already have burn items on board in case we miss, but I'm just such a huge fan of really drilling home these experience points. Alright, then no need to upgrade bronzes, so we'll take the skill. We got the crit thing starting to turn up. Leftmost, rightmost is fine. I would prefer the flat crit across the board, but I don't really want to be rolling since these are all decent. Since we have right-handed, putting the bonus onto double barrel, I'm just going to go ahead and take right eye so that we can stack up onto this single double barrel here. Alright, and now we got plenty of money. Let's go to JJ, see if he's got something good for us. And so, Trebuchet, I haven't been the hugest fan of this patch. It's kind of okay with what we have going on here. We could say take Grappling Hook out of the mix or take Pop Snappers out of the mix and make it fit. The thing that I'd like to keep in mind with Trebuchet is it is kind of a nice bridge item. If we're wanting to go for the kind of classic Crow's Nest double barrel or Crow's Nest and Captain's Wheel kind of build, then having the Trebuchet on board does give us a large item if we find a Captain's Wheel before we find a Crow's Nest, but it's not an item I'm super interested in. I think I'm going to just go ahead and take it. It is just 6 gold at this point, and it fits on our board nicely, but this is definitely, at least to me, not the patch to where you want to be going all in on that kind of thing. But here, Vanessa's Amulet, happy to snatch that up, get the crit on all of our items. Looking good, looking good. Now, B1, B2 turns up, or large item stuff. I'm a little interested in B1, B2. It gets to hit the Trebuchet, the Amulet, and a little less importantly, the Grappling Hook. So, but it's like a kind of guaranteed good hit here, even though it's a little expensive. I think maybe we just don't take the full upgrade out of B1, B2. We just take the single upgrade onto the Amulet, and then assume that we're not going to be keeping this Trebuchet forever. I think I can be on board with that instead of trying to hard dig for a Crow's Nest from Midsworth. I think we should be strong enough over the course of the next few days to not really be worrying about that. Okay, and so this is how we want to go about getting the Trebuchet on board. Like, the thing is, I want to keep grenade, like these things on the right, Amulet, grenade, bolus, double barrel I want to keep, and so it gives us the choice remaining of, we got 5 hexes for this stuff up top. Not really interested in the barbed wire or grappling hook, but we could look to be trying to keep this pop snappers in. I think this is fine. Is the damage bonus more likely to hit with cannon? I think we'll leave the burn bonus on cannon. Okay. I guess it's not as complex as I thought it was. I thought we were 1 hex shorter than we were, and we were going to have to maybe cut grenade or something. But no, all in all, pretty happy with this.
We're out to
Up against
destroy
another
the
Vanessa.
not
Says she's
just
level
one
5. I don't know if I
weapon.
believe it.
You should know.
I feel like we've done quite a bit of work this round in terms of picking up the big experience points. It should be pretty tough for the opponent to be higher level than us. And yeah, she's only got 550 hit points to our
Defeat does not defeat me.
600. Got him. Easy stuff, easy stuff. Did they even activate anything that round? Oh, he got a couple. He got a grappling hook, a revolver, and Chimera at the start. I just knew that he was a pufferfish opponent, and there was 0% chance he was activating pufferfish that round. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so what's up next? Not super interested in non-weapon items. Again, we could find Crow's Nest, could find like ammo flask. Those will be important at some point, but here I'm leaning towards just taking either the regen or the chocolate bars. And with this stuff, I think I'd rather just take the chocolate bars. We'll get the potential to maybe sell them for some income later, but I don't really expect the battles to last long enough to be getting any kind of meaningful bonus out of the regen. Now with this, I guess we can take silver tier items. Maybe we'll get an upgrade. We're pretty big across the board. Maybe we'll find an ammo flask or something. And port, always an interesting option. We do have a lot of ammo across the board. We don't have any way to reload the double barrel, and it does come with the high rollers combo of potentially taking a shovel with it as well, trying to just dig up some rando potion to use with the port. I haven't been a huge fan of it this patch, but I think it's probably better than Trebuchet. And so I think we could probably consider that to be an upgrade. My concern is like we've gone against 3 Vanessas in a row, and our aggro has just been better than their aggro. But if we start coming out and facing pigs, we're not able to sustain through pig, right? We have to win on the 2 bursts at this point, and I think I want to take the port just to help fight through that. Let's do this. Sell the large thing, take the port. Do we want the shovel? I don't think we're going to stick with port for that long. So it could very easily just become a crow's nest. So yeah, let's stop here. We won't invest too much more money in this. All right, now what's up with this? Now here, I think we can probably beat a Hexa, but this is a very scary round when you're coming out here with small items. Like if you're going to come and battle the Hexa for the experience points, you probably want to just take all of the small items out of the build. You can probably beat this with just cannon double barrel port, but you know I'm going to try and high roll a little bit here with the port and battle the boiler room brawler. I think we could consider keeping port around this game if we spike the energy potion, and even if we don't, we'd love to hit that energy potion anyway. The tool thing at the top, the skill when you use a tool gives your adjacent items crit, can be useful. Things like Captain's Wheel being a tool as well. Okay, and so yeah, like iron sharpens iron turns up. I think this is great. This gives us just the opportunity to finally have some real direction in what we want to do. And then I'm pretty confident now with this turning up, we're just going to convert over to a single weapon. And so this single weapon should still work nicely here in the sense that iron sharpened iron is going to scale up that weapon. Right-handed works nice with that one weapon, and then we have rigged. And so ideally when the battle starts, the weapon's going to get hit with haste, and then our Captain's Wheel will get hit as well. And so I think this is fine. Just really help us figure out the direction we want to go. We are kind of double incentivized to just come out and buy a bunch of shitty weapons, right? I won't go out of my way to buy weapons just for arms dealer. I will go out of my way to buy weapons for iron sharpens iron, especially when we have both. And so we'll have to kind of keep that in mind as the battle progresses here. But with this, not passing up on the mountain pass, that's for certain. See if we get a hit in here. Oh, a Hexa turns up, and so yeah, we get to show off our sweet combos, right? So we're just gonna take our small items out, just leave the medium and large items in. I'm pretty confident we're gonna be strong enough to win this on our own, but we're shutting down these viruses, right? That destroys the small items on both players' board, then gets a bonus whenever it destroys something. If he gets the chance to start stacking up that regen from the solar farm, those viruses become really problematic. And so, easy enough to get the win just taking the chocolate bars out here. We were probably strong enough for it to not be, the most relevant thing in the world at this stage, but something to keep in mind as you may want to fight that in a different with a different board setup. Ooh, all right, so this looks good. I think we'll just hit up the docks here instead of the items. Still a little bit light on the money, and so let's go with the tool here. This is where we could ideally come in and spike some kind of captain's wheel kind of thing. Do we ever get to use power drill? It's something to really kind of keep in mind. It doesn't work well with single item stuff since you want to be like popping off all of these other activations, but if we're just like continually dumpstering hastes onto the board with a captain's wheel, then the power drill does get the opportunity to just activate a ton. Like this typical kind of board we look at is something like Crow's Nest, a weapon, a captain's wheel, dock lines. And so with dock lines giving slows, the captain's wheel giving hastes, and then passing a lot of those out on each activation, this might be a real thing. So it's definitely not a real thing right now, but something to consider, especially when we have some of this scaling stuff, right, with the right-handed iron sharpens iron. So I have to see how that goes. But up against old Faker, he's up there in the legend space, takes a little break from the old League of Legends every once in a while, comes out, visits the peasants with the within the card game space. What's going on here? He's got a lot of control deck elements out here. He's probably gained a lot of health off of that knee brace over the course of the game. Pretty limited at this point, counting on our port to do the work. It seems like, yeah, he's going to out-sustain us here. I wonder if he's lost every single round. He's already got a poison coral out here. Just been carrying that knee brace. Interesting. But what did we say earlier, right? It's so there's ways around the aggro Vanessas in this patch. It just takes a little bit of work. You can't just be like, oh man, I tried to go for like 8 different builds over the course of a game, and then surprise, surprise, I never focused on health or sustain, and I get blown up by these Vanessas. Like that opponent right there is just giving you the complete works on it. It's coming out here with the knee brace, getting all of the bonus health, got a lot of sustain out there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright though, moving up. What do we got? Picked up Grape Shot off of the port. Not super exciting, but it's something, I guess. Don't think we want to use B1, B2 at this point. Nothing is really upgrading in here, just a grappling hook. So let's go to the items. See if something cool turns up. Catapult. Yeah, your ship has sailed. We're not going to mess with that. These other items not quite on theme. Coming in here, not going to try an astrolabe. Guess there's a part of me that thinks that we could try and make Sextant work. If we say pull grenade and bolas, put Sextant down, but doesn't seem like it's really taking advantage of what we have on board. It would be pretty close to getting a lot of crits with cannon, but the kind of limiting factor would be that port giving us the reloads, and I don't think I'm too excited about that at the moment. So let's skip over that one. What's up next? To pick up a loot. Oh, nope, 16 gold on the weapons. Appreciate it. Making that Pygmalion dollars out here. You gotta like that. And so what's up next? Guess we can look at the weapons, try and find upgrades on our silvers. Musket, kind of interesting. It's fairly strong at this early stage of the game, just popping off those 200 damage crits, and then we do get the reload on the cannon. I don't hate it at this point. The thing I would like to do is just get port out of here and then find either a cannonball or find an ammo flask and start weaning away from these this ammo style build. I don't think I hate picking up the musket though. So let's see. Let's sell off some of this stuff we're not going to use. We definitely want to hang on to like multi-tool and pop snappers if we find ourselves switching over to flagship. We want to have the opportunity for tool and burn, kind of same thing. I don't think we'll switch to weather glass, but having access to a 1 hex slow item for weather glass can be fairly relevant. Let's get rid of these dum-dums we're not going to use. All right, so musket, you're a maybe. Let's see what's on the next page. Do we ever use blowgun with this? We do have some of the combo pieces, right, with right-handed and iron sharpens iron, really stacking up the attack power on it. But I think we'll save that meme for another day. So, all right, moving forward with this, I'd like to get back to just picking up the experience points. We can beat the Preening Duelist. He has some ammo stuff that would be useful, but it's like, to me, if you don't really want the pistol sword, right? He has gold pistol sword. If you're not super interested in gold pistol sword, then the Duelist isn't that interesting. But I guess he does have some of the ammo refill stuff that we're a little interested in, to where Mod Squad's just giving us that extra experience point. Fine. I'm just like too interested as like these gunpowders would be good, powder flask would be good, all talk can be decent as well. Like just too many of these like mid-game ammo things that we would like to pick up. Like gunpowder's fine. Okay, then the mountain pass. Gotta recover some of those experience points we missed out on. Only one, that's a bummer. I'm not going to level up this round before the next PvP battle. Let's go to the non-weapon items, see what we can find. Port turns up. I mean, I guess this is a little better than what we just had, in the sense that we were running out of ammo kind of across the board. Just waiting on port to activate. Getting 2 ammo instead of 1 is quite a big deal. I guess we can stick with that. Don't want any of these dum-dums though. Nothing on theme. I still like to envision in my head that we're gonna transition out of this this very ammo heavy style of build. But with that happening, fine to put the extra ammo onto double barrel. That's just our place to most likely run out of ammo, and so keeping the extra stacks is fairly important. The question is, do we want musket in place of, say, grenade bolus? I don't think so. We're kind of churning off big hits of damage as it is. I like having the slow that comes out of bolus. Let's see, he's only won 1 round, as believable as as this thing is. Okay, let's just stick with what we have here.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies. Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes
What do we got? Looks like he's trying to bring the damages. Cannon double barrel with the crow's nest. Okay. Need our charges to do some work. Oh shit. Oh shit. God damn it. Oh, what a bullshit round. Look at that. Opponent's at 8 health with 9 burn stacked on him. I knew that this was going to be a bullshit round when this went, like this came down and he fell to 29, right? And I was like, God damn it. We're not going to survive through any of this other stuff. This is a bullshit game. Go tell Reynad this is a bullshit game while we're at it. Alright, fucking fine. Alright, though. Let's take the upgrade at this point. I could definitely see us, if we do switch over to a single item type of thing, just having double barrel online for a long time. Probably just kind of locked into keeping it in our build the rest of the way. Alright, not too excited about mysterious portals. Let's just go to the sell and item shop. Oh, what do we hit? Another grape shot? That's what life's meant to be about, just dropping all the grape shots. But nothing real in the first set. Don't think we want to be fooling around with pet rocks. Ooh, oh, the big boy upgrade, huh? Just getting the diamond double barrel at this point.
Happy to make a sale.
All right, well that's online. Boulder. we're too far from popping the meme off here. I don't think we can go for Boulder, although it is fairly tempting every time you see it. And so we can skip past that. B1, B2 is not doing anything at this point. No need to take shields into the PvE round, so let's see if the medium items turn anything up. Nothing on the first page. What do we got here? Nothing really on the second. I don't think we want to be dabbling with shovels. That's a bit of a high roll nightmare for us when we only have 6 gold in the bank. Now with this set, can we beat the Lich? Like, this is the question that you're always going to be asking yourself. Could I beat the Lich? And you have to say yes every single time. I mean, we've got a diamond double barrel, right? We don't have any sustain, but we've got so much damage coming out of this thing. It's not hitting crits, though. All right, we'll just take the Foreman. Just so much for having fun, huh? As we got back-to-back crits with the double barrel, dropping that 600 damage in. Oh, so many experience points from the Lich. It's a bummer to let it go. Got these dumbass Chris Army knives. Dually doesn't even exist in the game anymore. Oh, we can get deadly now, though. We can go to the trade health for power and look to get deadly double barrel. That'll give us the shitload of crit that we need. And it gives us the realistic option of not fucking with a crow's nest, since we'll have 83% crit on the double barrel, and then, you know, some ways to kind of figure out how to get more later on. I think I'm definitely on board with this. I'm not losing tons of health here on day 6. So yeah, deadly double barrel. It is a real amount of health, don't get me wrong, but on day 6, it's not that bad. If we're on, you know, day 11, giving up that quarter of your health is absolutely monumental. And so now that we've done all this work, we've got our diamond deadly double barrel. We come up to the large item shop, potentially finding a crow's nest. Do we want to go for it? I'm a little mixed with my feelings on this. I feel like the double barrel should be doing enough work to just kill off enough opponents to where we don't need the sustain out of the port. But like, what are we gonna do if we do pick up a crow's nest? We're gonna switch to, say, using what would be like 2 items on board, crow's nest and probably like a swashbuckle.
Mission, right? Overthrowing
That could be a
tyrants,
thing.
liberation and such.
Power drill is still no, well, I should say it's an interesting backup item. It's not something I think that we'll really stick with, but if we find ourselves in that space to where we have ammo flask, double barrel, captain's wheel, power drill, then the crow's nest kind of works with it, giving it that extra crit as well. It's just so expensive going to the large item shop. We can buy any like silver tier large item just selling the port, but it's just all comes down to, we want to switch to crow's nest. I think we probably do. Let's see if it turns up. Oh, the expensive version right out the gates. All right, well, we got to sell some of this stuff off. So let's see. Power drill we're not going to use. Grape shots we're not going to use. Musket. It was a nice thought, but it should probably go. Now if we're going to take our build, looking something like this. So ideally, if you can envision how things would look here, it's going to be the double barrel in this space, ammo flask next to it, or cannonball next to it, captain's wheel in the middle, and then just another good item to the right. You can technically fit large items in this kind of build. I mean, we could technically fit flagship in, right? If we get a tool, a captain's wheel, then we do have ammo property to give the 4 stacks right out the gates. I think I'm kind of okay with trying to switch to flagship at this point. It is a bummer. Well, it's not that much of a bummer giving up on burn, right? We only have that 1 burn skill at this point. So we need one more dollar to get it. Let's just sell off the grenade. It starts to fall off in quality at this stage of the game. And then we can get tool on board, right? We hung onto this multi-tool, get the flagship up to 4. Okay. I don't hate it. Up against Vanessa. Need to sell anything before the battle? Doesn't look like it. All right. Let's see what these double barrels do.
But if you insist, you should know I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
So you got, looks like two weapons out here. It's got a big double barrel as well. This does a shitload more damage than ours.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo in me.
Didn't deliver on the crits though. Alright, good stuff. And say the other kind of interesting thing with putting flagship out here is if we do find a sustain kind of item, like if we find or an enchant, I should say. So if we find a heal, if we find a shield, they're both quite good on the flagship, and so it might give us some of the sustain we're looking for later. But in this space, don't need the crit skills. Let's just go to the gold skills, see what we can pick up. Shield Bash is fairly spectacular when the opponent uses a non-weapon item charge our weapons. I do like that. Berserker probably works for a bit, given that we sacrifice that chunk of health to get deadly on the double barrel. And then there is left-handed to kind of counter with the right hand. I think we just want left-handed at this point. I do like Shield Bash, but getting this monstrous stack of damage onto the double barrel sounds pretty appealing. Alright, so that looks good. Really hurting for money now, though. So we got to just take the poison item out of this. Welcome, jellyfish. Don't think we'll end up using you. Now with this stack, we'll just take the snack time, get the bonus health. And then here, not a lot of good skills to pick up. Cosmic Rock has the thing that when you crit, you get to haste, but it's very challenging to hit. So we'll just take the guaranteed experience points here. Get this nice takedown on the treasure turtle. Whew. Oh shit, are we going to get that nice takedown? We ran out of ammo on the double barrel with the opponent at like 100 health. I was like, oh shit, maybe we're not going to get it.
We barely got
So the shield gets a bonus, whatever. Alright, what's up next? Still lacking in the dollars. Let's hit up the docks. Gonna take the tool. Like to find ammo flask, find captain's wheel, whatever. Doesn't turn up, that's okay. Still hurting for money, so we'll take the small weapon. Butterfly sword, sure. What's up next? 10 gold for the weapons that we have. Sounds better than a random loot item at this point. Okay, who is this? What is this? Up against a Pygmalion? What day are we on here? Like day 7? 6 Vanessas, 1 Pygmalion, 0 Doolies. That's about right, I think. That's about right. Coming at us with caltrops. We got double yo-yo out here as well. I don't think the caltrops are scaled up enough to be relevant. Needed his gem to pop off. Cool. But definitely need to get in that space of having the sustain for our deadly double barrel. Alright, let's see. We can take a look at medium items. It's like, I do want Captain's Wheel in here, but it's going to get us in the space of if we're going to have Captain's Wheel and a sustain, we're going to have to sell off the flagship, which I'm fine with, but we need to kind of keep in mind we need a 2-hex weapon or just use double barrel, which is fine, right? Maybe that's the angle we actually look to take here is, say, pick up dock lines and then just use double barrel as our single weapon, get the sustain out of the crow's nest as well. I think that's fine. Let's pick up the dock lines. We'll speculate on that one a little bit. Looking for Captain's Wheel in here, which just turned up. Beautiful, beautiful. And so let's sell the stuff we're not going to use. I don't think we'll use... I think this is probably just the round to where we switch to single item.
The water is free. I like the exercise.
Right, we're going to want to look something like this. You can have the multi-tool in here, whatever. We want that multi-tool to be some kind of sustain thing for the double barrel. Can't quite pull the trigger on running with this. We need to make sure we have sustain on the double barrel, but our final build looking something like this is very promising, I think, as we get to stack both the left-handed, right-handed onto the double barrel. Okay. Don't want figurehead. We're not going to have space for it. Let's see what we can turn up. We'll have to switch back to having flagship on board, but I like where this is headed. Oh, went to sells items. I guess we have a lot of stuff to sell. I'm fine to pick up wanted poster. Let's see. These dum-dums we're not going to use. Might find ourselves using that amulet, though. It's worthwhile to note that, you know, we have that rigged, and so rigged currently hits things like multi-tool that we're not super excited about hitting, but it doesn't hit Vanessa's amulet, and so there's some reason to want to bring it in, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. All right, looking good. Now here, let's go to the car conductor. I think he's got a lot of decent hits if we have the flagship on board. Less so if we have if we take it out, but I think this will be fine. He's got these things, right? If you have a vehicle, reduce cooldowns, vehicles get bonuses. He's got a gold captain's wheel we could potentially upgrade. Decent stuff out here. All right, kind of a bummer. What's up next? We can get some level ups. Don't mind if I do. Now we just get to stack in deadly. Sure, we can put deadly on crow's nest. It makes our crits deal double damage. That might actually get us to a realistic spot to where we just don't have to have the to where we just don't have to have the extra ammo boost on double barrel, since we'll just be hammering through so much. Like, I could definitely see a realistic angle for this build is just taking Captain's Wheel out and putting Swashbuckle in and just nuking the opponent right out the gates with these big crits. Probably what we should be angling towards. But here, we'll just take the Sharpening Stone. We only have 2 gold, can't invest too much money on this board. Happily stack it on our double barrel. Let's see what our friend Vanessa has to say.
My fight isn't with you.
Okay. Oh, this one's got the fiery rebirth. We gotta be mindful of having to deal 5k health instead of just 2.5k. Did run out of ammo on our double barrel. Looks like our flagship's doing quite a bit of work though. Need one more crit. Oh, fucking goddamn it. Just got them down to double-digit health. That's so obnoxious, having one round getting the opponent to 8 health, 9 burn, and then getting another opponent down to double-digit health. Fucking insane. Alright, though. Let's move on, move up, move forward. Just take the cheapo weapon here. What's up next? Definitely don't want B1, B2. I thought they hotfixed the game to where B1, B2 don't show up after day 7. We're on day 9 now. The game said you rolled too high early. You're due. We're gonna catch you later on. All right, fine, dude. Fine, Reynad. Whatever you say. Give me my 3rd grape shot for the game. So what are we gonna take here? Charlie, just the Blood Reef Captain. I feel like we could beat the Death Knight Reaper, and there's decent upgrades out of Pharaoh's Khan, with like left-handed, right-handed kind of things, but the captain upgrades pretty much everything that we have on board. I think he does have a gold flagship, yeah, which is a bit of a bummer, but gold crow's nest, gold captain's wheel. He has good things up here in the arsenal and the firepower. Lots of good hits off of this guy. Very high percentage upgrades. Diamond crow's nest, I appreciate it. Alright, so what's up next? And so with this, I'm leaning towards going to ammo skills. I typically push pretty heavy for haste and charge skills in this space, but I'd really like to find the thing that when you crit, you reload an ammo. And that solves a lot of our problems with needing to keep our double barrel up and running. And so we'll take the ammo skills, see if we turn it up. I believe it is gold, so it may be hard to find. I'm curious if we need to just be stuck taking something like Gunner. It's like silver. I'm not certain our chance of even finding diamond skills in here. We want flashy reload, right? Maybe Gunner just has to be good enough, and if we get another ammo flask, or if we get another like skill upgrade onto that, we might just be okay with the double barrel, right? Running into skill upgrades now, we might spike it. Didn't, but you know, worth a shot. So what's up now? Don't have any money. Let's just take the hit points. Then up against another Vanessa. Don't need any of this stuff on board, right?
I may be young
Up
for
against
a
Goose here, old
but I
Kevin the
see
Goose.
past their storms.
Do that thing with your teeth. Say, hey, Iceman. You chomp your teeth at him. That's that's what it's all about, huh? You say, hey, Iceman. Here we come. This is another loser. Jesus Christ. This fucking game. Well, let's see if we get ourselves some upgrades in here. It's tough. Like, I mean, the heal turning up for the flagship definitely sends us down that path, I guess. But I was going to say it's tough in the sense that we're pretty like locked in on already having good enchantments, and so there's not a lot of good stuff to actually get out of here. But the other like death options are just so bad that you're kind of stuck taking the enchantment every single time. I guess heal is fine with flagship. Give us some sustain.
I'm on the edge of the plank.
That would have probably been enough to carry us through that previous round. And okay. So here we could go to large items. Only gonna hit flagship though. I'm just gonna take the guaranteed bonus health. I think that should be doing a fair amount of work for us. Now here I'm going to sell off some of this stuff we're just not going to use. Make the space for the chocolate bars. Let's continue to stack a little bit of health. I feel like if we're getting some activations, we should be pretty locked in to getting a win. I think that's fine. With this, Caltrops guy is a little scary. I think we just fight Boss Haro and see if we can't spike Assault Focus. When you use the non-weapon item, slow it. So yeah, then we probably just need to find Swashbuckle. Like, I'm fine to replace the Captain's Wheel with Swashbuckle since we have rigged. Just guaranteed to get the haste on both of our items at the start of the battle. Alright, let's pick up the loot, see what we can do. Let's take the temporary boost on this one, get the guaranteed good stuff, the guaranteed good upgrades. What you got up next? Aquatics, don't really need. I'm just going to take the freebie here, see if we can't spike something. Nothing on the first set. It's expensive to roll, but if we hit Swashbuckle, we're just kind of off to the races. There is a little bit of incentive to picking up Shovel. We're not going to use it, but the items sell for 8 gold each. And so it would just take a couple of rounds to recoup the money on that. The Sharpening Stone on Double Barrel. It gets us to 24. Need 8 more gold. Nah, we'll skip past that. It's okay. Alright. Another Vanessa. Let's see what we can do. See if our fortunes turn a little bit now that we've got that sustain on the flagship. Opponent's trying to puffer fish us. All right, double barrel did its thing. Still scary seeing our double barrel drop down to 1 ammo. Definitely think we need to find Swashbuckle if we're not going to keep pumping ammo into it. All right, let's see if we find it. We'll go to medium items. It doesn't land on the first page. No upgrades, no Swashbuckle on the second. Sad day for us. What you got up next? Medium items and large items. I think that's fine. Nothing landed on the first page. No upgrades, no Swashbuckles. Same on the second. Is this special? Looked like it was shiny, right? It's got that flashy tip on the end. Thought it might get something out of the ballista, but that's not going to cut it. All right, so what's up next? Trash Titan, I don't hate, but we're not going to get any small items to use his very good ability. We should be able to beat Awakened District here. We'll just take the experience points off this one. See if we unlock the soul of the district. Oh shit, we got it. Do we ever get to pop off with this thing? It's probably just better as 50 gold. So in 6 seconds, we just don't have any sustain to use with it. Like if we had a healing deadly double barrel keeping us at full, I think it might be okay, but I don't think we're gonna go that route. Just keep upgrading the flagship. We intend on taking the captain's wheel out. Right, medium items. What you got? Nope, don't want tripwire. Nothing here. There is the powder flask, which sucks. Like this late in the game, you know, we would. I mean, I guess if you really want to go meme central here, we can take the powder flask, use powder flask, double barrel, sell the flagship, and then put Soul of the District in. It's going to activate in 6 seconds. It's got a humongous chance to crit.
On behalf of the Grand Society of blah blah blah.
On behalf of the Grand Society of blah blah blah. Here we fucking go, right? here we go. It does make our rig distinctly worse having a setup like this, though. Worth noting that there is a real downside to doing this kind of thing. But with this, gonna take the chocolate bars. Lacking in money at this point. We can't really afford swashbuckles if they turn up. I mean, I guess we could afford it. We would have to sell off our Soul of the District. But let's see how it do. It's like, do we ever even last 6 seconds against a Vanessa? Maybe this should be like use flagship against Vanessa and then Soul of the Forest against Soul of the District against non-Vanessas. Coming up against a Langzang. It's kind of frightening. That was a big hit. Not getting any sustain in. Yeah. That's a bummer. We would have definitely not necessarily won that round, but we definitely would have survived if we had or we would have gotten a hit in with the flagship, which would have then helped us sustain through those hits on the Langzang. He didn't even have a healing Langzang on board. What a fucking bummer. Such a weird setup with this without having Crow's Nest. Maybe you just didn't find it. Man. All right, is what it is. Live by the memes, die by the memes. Am I right? And so that was tough. I think we got off to a pretty decent run here. I struggle with these to find the balance, right? You can definitely see how strong we were early with our ability to just get those very super quick takedowns on the opponents. You do with Vanessa need to kind of like switch into the more sustain heavy build, right? Having the single item Crow's Nest is the common one. We had the heal on our flagship that we unfortunately took out of the battle. And it's tough getting like the balance of going between like full aggro and getting into that sustain that you need, just because you have to deal more damage and the battles last longer. And so we did like struggle with this one a little bit. Like I feel like if we found this ammo flask earlier, we could have made a lot more decisions in terms of just going single item with the double barrel and then also using, say, dock lines. We mentioned it briefly early and then had to kind of pivot away from it. But we were never able to really kind of pop off on the sustain aspect. We got the deadly double barrel. We got the deadly Crow's Nest that does heavily point you towards just going all in on the aggression. But we never found like a good partner for this double barrel, right? Ideally, we would just have like one more weapon in here ready to pop, and we weren't able to find that. And so ultimately that's a bit of a bummer. Again, like this run was the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, if you will. We had such a good early game start, and then we also just had those 2 rounds to where we got trucked barely, right? We had the round to where the opponent died at like 8 health with 9 burn on him. We had the opponent that died or one in the single or the double digits of health. Just like converting one of those can make the whole difference in the entire run, right? If we got past those opponents, we would still have prestige, right? We would still be able to come in and fight through at least 2 more rounds, and you can kind of survive through one of the rounds that goes bad. And so, you know, it's tough with those little bits of pain point rolling through. But at the end of the day, I'm fairly happy with how they approached this. I think we just went a little too hard with the memery at the end with the with the soul of the district. This is just like I knew conceptually that this is not a great idea in the sense that it's going to take 6 seconds to activate, even if we have full haste on it the entirety of the battle. Like 6 seconds is a long time, and even if we get to 6 seconds, we're going to lose a bunch of health at that point. And so it's like I knew in the back of my head this is not a particularly strong thing to go for. But man, sometimes you just want a meme, and the and the memes just don't hit right. And so I think we could have carried this on a little bit further if we'd left our restorative flagship in. And then I think the thing that would have basically made the difference between us being a 7-win build and being a 10-win build would be if we found Swashbuckle. Swashbuckle would be the thing that would make our deadly double barrel go absolutely nutsos. It would give it, plus 25 or plus 50% crit, which would then convert to, roughly 150 extra damage going onto it. And that 150 damage, putting this thing at 350, 400 damage base, is just a monumental amount of health to have to survive through. As you get the double damage from the crit, you get the double damage from the deadly crow's nest. That's the missing piece that would have turned this from being a 7-win build into a 10-win build. But we missed out on that 7-win build just by those little rounds we couldn't eke through, and then our desire to meme at the end with the soul of the district coming in. But nonetheless, good stuff. I had fun with that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a thing or two along the way. You had a good time watching. This is Bust of me. Thank you for being here.